I'm drunk.
Guys,
Ugh.
I don't want to know what's coming up here. I'm kind of terrified.
It's a dragon. I'm calling it.
No, it's probably a zeal. It's fine,
I will
guys.
be.
Don't worry.
Yep.
I'll be super disappointed.
Oh, yeah,
if it's
just
not
a
Wait,
zeal.
it's a zeal. If we get a zeal, we can just end this right now. I hope it's
Yeah.
It's
fucking.
either that or that same demon who broke in the gate through the gate in that alternate reality. It's probably not a big deal, guys. Don't
Oh,
worry.
hey, it's
Hey.
the market.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you guys get to the gate, you get to the clearing, the courtyard type thing. You see, contrary to what Jarek says over there, because, you know, he doesn't know everything. You see exactly what broke down the gate in the dream over there.
Ha!
What
Well,
are you
how
talking about? I
about
don't
that?
see anything.
Hang on.
I see blackness.
Your hood's down.
You
Oh,
see
Uh-oh.
this.
ah,
Oh.
Hey, wait, do you
now
know it's
I
the
am his
creature who
face.
broke through that gate in the dream world, huh? How
Hang
about
on, hang on.
that?
Let me go ahead and just, I'll just get rid of,
I
because
classify that as a dragon.
basically what you
One
see is
point.
a 50-foot tall demon with wings and a giant sword and a fiery whip standing there in front of the gate. And on his shoulder is a priest with a wide-brimmed hat and
Oh.
simple brown clothes.
Uh-huh.
And he stands there and he calls down from the shoulder and says, "I thought you'd come eventually. It was time to end this little game."
No.
You suck.
And with that, you hear a cackling of energy behind you, and the bubble surrounding the people disappears. And Lady Celine walks through you, and you see just little tendrils of energy flashing on her. And as she walks through you, she says, "We have to get through that gate. I'll handle the big one. I believe you have business with the other."
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that plan. Okay, you can handle the big guy, right? My lady.
Lady Celine just walks over to the front.
She's ignoring me.
Yep, she's kind of focused.
She's ignoring me.
And
Okay.
she calls up to Seller and she says, "We're getting through this gate. You've done enough to my people. You're not doing any more damage to them." And with that, Seller laughs, and he hops down off the giant demon and walks a few steps forward, and he says, "Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Hand the stones over, if you please."
Really? Come on, Seller.
I'm not even going to bother to deign that with any sort of reaction. That has got to be one of the stupidest things an NPC has said to me. Full round action to go. What the fuck is his problem?
Cullimore will take a quick look at Seller and go, all right, Seller, here. I got what you're looking for right here." And then Cullimore's going to fish a hand into his pocket and then withdraw, and it's going to be his middle finger.
oh.
Oh.
There you go.
With
You want some change for that? And he just flips up his another middle finger.
That's another
I'm
one
gonna
of those
stick-
like gang lingo things that Jarek doesn't understand,
Yeah.
but sure it's
I'm-
meaningful.
Before we're done, Seller, I'm sticking both these fingers through your eye.
Seller looks at you and looks angry. He looks angry. He looks angry, and then he says, "You think you can take me?" And then he starts transforming before your very little eyes.
Into an ant, I hope.
Into a dragon.
Yeah, sure, we can go with that one, but not.
Okay.
He transforms, he gets a little bigger, and he starts growing, and hang on while it shows up.
Boats.
While
I
it
hope it's
does.
close.
Penis.
Grow with
oh.
it. Oh.
Now he's still about the size of you. He's not much bigger than you, but his appearance changes drastically
Okay.
until he looks like that. And then he stands there with his claws wide and says, "How's your daughter?"
I'm not gonna deign that with a response.
And with that, roll initiative.
Okay.
Just before we start, a quick note on how this battle is going to play out. So
We're gonna win?
Lady Celine is going to take on Big Beefcake over there, and she's going to be drawing his full attention so that you can pay attention to your target Seller. So while you should keep in mind that both these battles are happening at the same time, for all intents and purposes, they are going to be non-combatants. What will happen is, at the end of each round, I will give you a description of what's taking place between those two, but they are not actually part of your combat. However, if one of you wish to, for whatever ungodly reason, attack the big beefcake, you're more than welcome to, and in this case, he will be part of your fight, and then God help you, because I surely will not. Right. So that is how that's going to work. But like I said, for now, unless one of you decide to make him a part of the fight, those two are not
Separate entities.
Yes, separate. He is actually much smaller. He's around here. Okay. So
Fun.
roll initiative for me, please.
I got an 8.
29.
I got a rock.
Oh no!
I
oh, wait.
also got an 8.
An 8,
High
yeah.
five.
Boom.
All right, hang on a second. Add him. All right, I've got him somewhere. There we go. Seller stats. All right. His initiative is off 13. Well done, Seller. Well done. All right.
Same modifier as me, but you're not human.
Does anyone need theirs changed, Cole?
Yeah, 8.
All right. Anyone else? Everyone good?
I got a 45.
You did not get a 4.
I lied. I'm sorry.
She got that reversed. She got a 54.
So I lied. I am ashamed.
I can't even keep up the mirage. Is that
Okay. So, Jarek, you're up first.
All right. My heart's actually racing here. My hand's shaking. Full round action. Jarek's going to brandish the wish stone and concentrate and wish that Seller's powers are permanently and forever stripped from him.
Okay. Unfortunately, nothing happens. The stone doesn't even flash. It doesn't even disappear. It does nothing.
Okay, in turn.
Aw. Good idea, Grimmeth. Good
Wait,
idea.
what just happened?
He
I
tried
just-
to use the stone on Seller. It was a nice
Well.
try. All right. Then it is now Keen's turn.
Aim action, shoot at Cellar.
All right. Actually, we'll just put Sky at the bottom over here. All right.
19 versus AC.
19 versus AC. No.
Okay, I will use my gloves of archery and
Okay.
re-roll that attack.
All right.
Giving myself a +10. 37 critical.
Actually,
or
no.
26.
Wait, hang on a second. Just so we're clear. You don't add the +7 as well. You just add the +10 to your roll. That's how the archer gauntlet. It's not +10 in addition to your everything else. It's just a straight +10.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Good
that's
news. You got natural 20.
Yeah, it says you add
Really?
10 to, and then you add 10 to your attack roll, or you roll an attack roll with your +10 as your modifier. I believe is what it actually says.
as your bonus. Okay, so I still crit.
Yeah, you still critted him, and you still hit him for 52 damage.
Yes,
52
52 damage.
All right, well done. He feels it.
Is he blind?
Yes, he is.
Oh,
blind.
yeah, he is.
Sweet.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Next is no imps. There's no imps here. Pearson, your turn.
Cullimore is going to take a flask of acid and hurl it at him.
All right.
All right. I don't know. I think I'll need a natural 20. We'll see. Nope.
Nope, does not make it. His physical
Splash
defense is
damage?
way above that. Yeah.
No.
Well, no. I'm gonna say no.
No,
Not on that
that's fine.
exoskeleton.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm done.
All right. It's Seller's turn. Seller is going to point
Oh my
to
God.
the closest man to him, which is Pearson. He's point at you and say some words in a demonic language.
I'm very intimidated.
Oh, he's casting a spell.
It's always intimidating to be insulted in a language you don't understand, right?
Okay, and that's a crit,
Yeah?
which means that you just got hit with a pain bolt for 40 points of damage.
I'm going to use my belt to negate that.
Nice. Okay.
And they just used up my healing, one of my healing things, and I'm the Oh God, not all 6 of them.
Oh God!
All right. All right,
I think trading one of a level 3 recovery for 30 points of damage is acceptable.
Yep, definitely doing that.
And he takes a quick action to look at you, slightly confused, and then snarl. All right, Finn, it's your turn.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bitch. She's pretty far away.
You could definitely reach him and stab him.
I'm gonna do it. What?
You want to be thrown? We can swap turns.
You would have to move to me, though.
Yeah, it's close. He's close
Would
enough.
that be okay? Could he throw me to...
I would say yes. I would allow that to happen.
Just for the beautiful imagery, yes. That's a great idea, Finn. We'll wait for Cole to chuck her at Cellar.
All right, we'll just change the rolls then. Nicole.
Oh boy! I will shuffle on over here and good old Chucker right next to good old Sally boy.
Let's hope I make the landing.
All right. Roll your dex and everything.
Alright. So that's... Oh god, it's been a while since I do that. So it's my dex, my level, and my background, and my
Taz.
Taz.
So it's going to be
my
5 plus
5,
level plus 4 for your dex plus 2.
12. And then Taz was 2?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really big number. Okay, whatever.
You basically you just have to not roll a 1 at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. Okay, you succeed. So okay, Cole, finish your turn.
That was double movement, right?
No, that was. Okay. Yes. So you have a quick action left.
I'm going to, just in case I need my quick action later, I'm going to go and point at Cellar, and that'll be it.
All right, Finn, your turn.
Alright, Cellar, motherfucker.
Remember to
it's
add
go
plus
ti-
2 to your this roll in addition to everything else because of you flew at him. Elf whistle.
I flew at him, so 7, and then that plus 2, that's a fucking 9, Christopher Walken style. But,
Wow. Okay then. However, it was an even attack, so you get another.
Yeah, it's even. It's even. Redemption. Plus 9. Fuck you. Fuck.
Wow. Okay, well that's 2 misses. So at least that's 4 points of damage. So 194. Okay. So escalation die is Sky. There's Sky. Sky is going to scream pure rage and hatred and run straight for him and attack. And hit. And do 15 points of damage. Alright, so that's...
You know, this is working out much better than when she charged him and he didn't even transform and just bitch slapped her. I like this guy. Good job.
Alright, escalation die is up to 1, and just to give you guys a heads up on what's going on. So, Lady Celine, who was standing in front of you guys and was literally cackling with energy, suddenly opened up her arms and several bursts of lightning fly from her and connect in the demon's chest, one after another, and each bolt drives him back further and further until he actually crashes back against the wall. And that's her turn. Jarek!
I have burned through every single daily I had helping you norms. Well, that means there's only one thing. Your end draws nigh. Not with that roll versus magic defense.
Yeah, no.
You know, maybe my heart's still not in it. Like, I'm like looking back at all of the people and I'm like, really, I could just run. Come on.
Yeah, you can make it through the gate.
Move in quick action to sigh about his current predicament in turn.
All right, Keen, your turn.
First,
All right,
necromancer
I'm going to let loose another arrow at him.
Okay.
Modifier +1 now. 21 versus AC.
That is enough to hit.
All right, 22 damage.
All right.
That is my turn.
All right. Then it is Pearson's turn.
All right, Pearson is going to move behind Cellar, and he's going to try to kick out his knees. I'm just doing my Let's see here. This guy's a pretty heavy hitter. I'm gonna just do my pick on someone your own size form.
Okay.
And now, did we decide that if I'm directly flanking, I get a bonus to hit or no?
Yeah, because I think that
You
it
don't have
should
to.
matter. So yeah, we'll say it's a +1 to your roll.
Okay.
I don't remember
I'll
exactly
add
what I
that.
said, but yeah. So
I'll
just
add a
add that
plus
to
one.
everything
I'll just
else.
remember that.
All right.
Okay.
Like, according to the notepad you sent us at the beginning, well, it doesn't matter. You said +2 and like.
No,
that
the +2 is fine. Yeah, no, I'm glad. yeah, my memory
At any
sucks.
rate, that doesn't matter because I think a 26
I
and
hit.
27 hits.
I think that hits. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to roll damage. 3d6 plus 1d6. 13 points of
13
damage to
all
him.
right. All right. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, it's now Seller's turn. He's going to take his movement action to cast Mirror Image. And what happens is you suddenly see several forms of Seller take form. They all look completely identical, and you're not sure which one's the real one. And after he does that, he's going to cast a close quarters spell, Hellfire. He's basically going to throw his arms wide and yell. And he's going to be rolling against all three, Finn, Sky, and Pearson, who are in close quarters combat. This is going to be against your physical defense. He is at a -4 to hit, which is good. But this is against your physical defense.
Roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1.
8.
Oh, 2 works too.
What a loser.
Okay, so he does no damage
More like
to
hell
you.
fart, am I right?
Hellfire!
Cole, it's your turn. Zeller's being very unimpressive right now.
Good.
Oh, so there's 7 of him. They're all generally in one general spot.
Yeah.
All right. I guess he's going to throw his javelin at one. Do I like pick a number or
No, here's how this works. The first hit to successfully land will have to roll another d20. If you roll above 11 or above, you hit him. If not, you hit one of the other ones, but you dispel all of them. So either way, if you hit, you will either hit him or not, but it will dispel the effect.
Okay.
Win-win.
I can get behind that. I can dig that.
Are these illusions?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to then just throw a javelin at one of them.
That is not going to hit.
What about this javelin?
That's going to hit. Roll me a d20.
Okay.
That
The images
is-
vanish.
Yeah, it hits one of the images, but it causes all the images to disappear, so any other attacks this round will not have to do the same thing.
Cool beans.
Finn!
Okay. So last time
I was going to
not-
move right over here.
I am sorry.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sorry.
That's it.
Oh,
Don't mind
I'm
me.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, I told you to go. It's my fault. Finn, go. Your turn.
You have no one to blame but yourself. 7. Okay, +1. It's okay. It's okay.
That is not enough to hit.
God damn it. Okay, I guess that's my turn.
All right. Now it is Sky. Sky is going to roll to a hit. That's not a hit. All right. So the big demon, we'll call him Brad.
Really? That's not
Really?
very
Really?
intimidating.
Come on.
All right, fine.
How about
George
Gregathon?
Decay.
It doesn't matter what his
George
fucking name is. He's not
Yeah.
wearing a little collar around his neck.
All right,
Yeah.
he gets back up and roars in rage and actually runs at Lady Celine. And we'll say she's moved down here because I don't want her to cover up all your attacks. Runs at Lady Celine and actually swings down towards her head with his gigantic sword. At which point, the small rapier that she wears around her waist, with no effort of her own, actually flies out of its sheath and blocks the sword. As Lady Celine has her eyes closed and she's chanting another spell. And the little sword actually manages to stop the big demon's heavy sword. And the demon keeps pounding away at the little sword, and it gets closer and closer to Lady Celine's head. And round 3, escalation's up to 2.
Oh boy.
Alright. No, really. I insist. Your end draws nigh.
And that hits for 20 damage. Well done. All right. So that's 20.
Indeed.
Moving quick action to reflect on how much better that was. And obviously, I mean, look at him. Zeller, he's clearly idiotic and moronic, just separating all near his own. You think there'd be more demons or something, like cast like a look back at the civilians and like, I don't care about them. I'm actually a civilian myself. Whatever. In turn.
All right.
I don't know a lot of civilians that can do what you do.
I'm just keeping the momentum going. I'm going to move a little bit and shoot through the tent at Cellar again.
Okay.
+2 this time. 20 versus AC.
That is just enough to hit.
19 damage.
All right.
And remember, that blindness only lasts for 1 round.
Yes.
Yes. And he is not blind. Your turn.
Nope. All
Or,
right. Pearson.
yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Going to continue on with my attack, continuing the form. There's no way he's staggered yet, is there?
Hang on. Yes, actually, he is.
He is?
He's staggered.
Oh, sweet.
Music to your ears.
You know what? You know what I'm going to do then?
Mm.
Because I have just enough momentum to do it. Because the last few attacks didn't get me, and I've hit him once, so I have momentum, so to speak. I'm going to do what I promised. I don't know if this will work or not, but I would like my swashbuckling move is for Pearson to actually climb those horns that are sticking out from him, straddle his head, and stick my middle fingers in his glowing eyes, if possible.
Okay.
That
What
work?
we'll do is we'll roll
I'm
your
gonna
attack, and
Yeah.
if it hits, then we'll determine the damage.
Okay. I got
Alright,
exactly.
That
a
is
20.
exactly enough to hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. All right. So roll 3d8 plus 3 plus 1d6. 18.
18. That's decent damage. We'll say
Yeah.
that you actually jab out one of his eyes.
Okay.
Uh,
Yay!
He's gonna be at, I'll say, a -1 for his
Sure.
attacks.
Whatever you like. Thank you for letting me do some colorful
Yeah, no,
stuff.
by all means. I love when people do that. All right.
That's my turn.
So, yeah, he roars in pain, and he uses a move action to cast Mirror Image yet again.
Mhm.
And then he is going to, again, fling his arms wide and cast Hellfire to try and get these little plebeians off of him. This is against your physical damage.
Physical defense.
Physical defense, sorry. And I
that's-
believe 18 is higher than everyone's.
Actually, not mine.
Oh, your physical defense is 18? Nice.
My physical defense, because of my middle form gave me a +4 to my physical defense, PD.
What
+4
is it at?
bonus. It right now is at, my physical defense is normally 16, so it's at 20.
How long does that one last for?
Just till the beginning of my next turn.
Okay, I see. All right, then
Very
Finn
buff.
and Sky take 15 damage.
All right.
All right. And I'll say that if you're going to avoid it, you're going to at least have to get off of him.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you get off
Oh yeah,
of him, but it
I'm
doesn't
off
do
of
any
him
damage.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll somersault over top of him.
All right. And I did say he already cast Mirror Image, so that will be his turn. He'll take a quick action to point at Finn and laugh and say, "How's your friend?" And then that's it. Cole.
Screw it.
Bitch.
Cole's actually going to run at one of the mirror images and grab him.
Okay. That hits. Roll me a d20.
Alright. That was an 8.
Oh, then that was you tried to grab an illusion. And they all disappear, at least.
Let me check something. Okay. Just checking the text. Oh boy. Alright. That, I guess, will be the end.
All right. Then it is Finn's turn.
Why let Cole glad sorry soul? Damn it.
I'm gonna do my attack thing.
Your
Your
fang.
attack thing. How dare you?
Hey, girl, check it out, bitch.
Wow.
Take that.
Nicely done. All right. That's 17 damage. Okay. And was that an even or not? No, it was not. Okay,
That's
so
odd.
now it's Sky's turn. Sky is going to roll to hit. And make it. And that's 15 damage.
Break his fucking neck.
All right. Yeah,
Sky.
Seller's like flailing around, angry now, and starting to look hurt. So the while you're doing this, the demon continues to hammer away at the little rapier that is the only thing that's protecting Lady Celine's head from that gigantic sword. And the rapier keeps getting lower and lower and lower. And when it looks like one more blow is going to split Lady Celine in half, she opens her eyes, utters a power word, and a mass of magic missiles just intertwines with each other and hits the demon full on the chest, knocking it completely off its feet and sends it crashing back into the wall. Like that.
Damn.
And escalation die goes up to 3. Jarek.
All right, well, let's go ahead and relocate a bit. I mean, all this rubbish is just in the way of getting like a clear angle, man. Gotta get like here. Yeah, here. Standard action, as I have burned through, as I mentioned, every daily, and I don't feel like throwing at the motherfucker or attacking him with my staff. I saw that hellfire shit. I'm not interested. It's going to be another chant of endings.
That's
And,
enough to hit.
And let me go ahead and use my gloves of mind rot for the first time. That's going to be an extra 1 point of psychic damage, so 19 damage.
All right. Okay.
You said he was staggered before. How does he look now?
He's staggered, but he's still nowhere near your little tricks.
And that's fine. It's fine. It would have been a little
how
bit.
you call them little tricks.
Little tricks. I don't know, man. I don't know about
tricks.
little tricks. Ask everyone who has kneeled in front of me.
That's true. You have a lot of subjects that kneel before you.
It could have been Sky, not Sky.
Definitely
Intern.
true. Okay. Keen.
I'm just gonna keep hammering arrows into him.
Okay.
So now escalation die is at 3. 28 versus AC. He is
That's a hit.
blind
Yes, he
for
is.
12 damage.
All right.
It's more blind.
Yes, even more blind. And that is my turn.
Okay. Okay. Then it is now Pearson's turn.
Cullimore's gonna add insult to injury. I'm continuing on with my form attack,
Mhm.
but Cullimore is going to try and obliterate. I don't know if Seller has reproductive organs, but I'm making a strike at them.
Okay.
All right.
25.
Finish this, Inferno. Fucking
Okay.
finish this. You deserve this after everything that has transpired. Fulfill
I
the
know.
moment.
Rick
All right,
You
let's hope.
stagger. Fucking kill him.
I'll do my best. I will do my best. 21? No, I don't know.
That's not enough to kill him.
No. Oh well. But right in the little baby sellers.
All right. Actually, he is going to use power word stun,
Oh.
which is once per battle he can use a power word to prevent any action from taking place. So as you go to kick him in the crotch, he looks a little concerned, and power word stuns you. Now you have no other ill effects other than just it negated your action.
Like
Oh,
using your belt did.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
What's good for the goose, eh?
Now it is Seller's turn, and he is going to again do mirror image.
Not in the baby sellers.
Cast Hellfire
The Harbinger.
against everyone's physical defense. That's a 21. I think that's going to hit everyone.
Oh,
So all
shit.
4 of you.
Yeah.
That one does hit me.
All right, 15 damage.
Ruby.
Oh, Sky. Okay. That is Seller's turn. Cole.
Try to roll disengage, failed, and we'll just do some melee. Some range melee, whatever.
Okay.
3 to escalation. That is going to hit him, and I get to roll another. Well,
Yes,
I'm
it
sorry,
does.
excuse me. I need to roll to see if it hits him.
Yes, correct.
It does hit
It
him.
does hit him. Nice.
Hmm.
And it
And-
disbands the images.
And I'm going to roll again to attack him again.
Oh.
Misses.
And
All right, so he does get 12 damage, though.
And an additional 3 for miss.
Right.
Unless he's a kobold.
15. Yeah.
He was a kobold all along. He's kobolds on stilts. All right. Anyway.
All right, Finn, your turn.
I'm gonna try and roll to disengage.
That's a success?
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm just gonna is this tent like open underneath?
Yeah, you
Can I,
can
like...
get through it.
Okay, I'm just gonna run back here. And then
Right.
I'm gonna use a health potion.
Okay.
How the fuck do I use a health
All right,
potion?
roll basically 4d8 is what you're going to do.
Okay.
48
and then add
plus
your
your
constitution.
constitution.
Yeah.
Plus my constitution was like 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Blim, 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 blim. Wait.
Is that your drinking sounds?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, that felt good.
23.
That's desperate drinking after all the 15 points of damage.
Yeah,
that have been taken.
I can't do another 15 point of damage. I'll be a fried elf.
And speaking of, Sky is... Unless, is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
All right, Sky is going to try and do the same. She's going to try and disengage. She's going to make it. She's going to do a recovery. She doesn't have any health potions, but she's just going to do a regular recovery.
So much for that murderous rage.
Yeah,
Fucking
well-
useless bitch.
Wow!
It's okay. It's okay. It's all internalized.
I'm sensing some resentment. Perhaps we should talk about it.
Okay,
fine.
that's Sky's turn. Escalation's going up to 4. So, the demon, from laying on his back after the magic missile, suddenly whips the fire whip around, and the huge, gigantic fire whip actually wraps itself around Lady Celine and hurls her into this burning building. And you see her crash through the wall into the burning building.
That's gonna leave a sting.
Yeah, so that's that round. Escalation die up to 4.
He's just a Baylor, guys. He's not a big deal or anything.
Nope.
All right. Now it's back to the top of the round, and you know, I have some more negative energy here in my pocket. It's like candy.
Come get it.
Yes. Yes, you do have negative energy. Yes, he doesn't like it, though. He's not
That's cool.
fond of it.
Cool. Don't suppose he's at 10 or less now, is he? Wink, wink.
Hang on. No. No, he is not.
Ah, well, it would have been dramatic. I'm still hoping for Cullimor's victory here in turn.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Again, Keena's going to keep showering this guy with bolts of arrows. Arrows. Yeah, arrows.
Not bolts of arrows,
Bolts
just
of
arrows.
Yeah, bolts of arrows. I don't know what I'm talking about. 20 versus AC for 21 damage.
Okay. That is actually enough to you get him in the throat. He falls to his knees and he is gurgling blood. And I will give Pearson, if you like, his lifeblood is draining out.
Oh, okay. Although, good job, Keen. Awesome. Yeah, Cullimore is not going to hesitate one moment. Right where he is, going to grab him by the horns and try to snap his neck.
Yeah, you can. He's checked out. He's
Excellent.
yeah. So you snap Seller's neck and he falls unceremoniously to the floor.
Try this game on for size, motherfucker.
Yeah. And Cullimore is going to give, because he would have seen the arrow go through Seller's throat, he's going to give just a simple, respectful nod to Keen.
And Keen will return the nod and start turning towards the building that Celine flew into.
Yeah, I'm going to back the fuck up from this thing, too, by the way.
Speaking of, all of a sudden, the world around you seems to grow a bit darker, and it gets a bit colder. And out of the house limps a very burned and battered Lady Celine. Her leg is completely charred. The rest of her body shows burns, but she limps out of it, and it's you feel as if something like your very essence, your warmth is being sucked away towards her. And in a great cry of rage, what seemed to be gathering in her unleashes itself into a giant cone of frost that hits the demon square in the chest. And the demon, knowing that it's in danger, starts trying to run towards Lady Celine, and it starts getting slower and slower and slower and slower, and right before it gets to Lady Celine, it stops frozen. Completely frozen by the cone of frost that Lady Celine has blasted it with. And it stops and it stays there. And then, once that's done, she looks at it, and then she limps a few feet over to here to look at Cole and says, "My gentle giant, I think our visitor is ready for one of your gifts. Send him a good one."
I will pick up Cellar. Try to
It's
get
not
a good
moving. I'm not going to even make you roll for it.
gonna start swinging him like if I had some sort of slingshot and just chuck it straight at whatever I could find from the back or side of his head just to try to snap it off.
It connects solidly with his head, and the head shatters. And the force of the blow knocks the rest of the body over, and it shatters as well. And the demon is dead.
Awesome.
And with that, Lady Celine limps a little bit more over towards you guys and then says, "Save my people." And then she collapses.
Fantastic.
Uh-oh.
And when she collapses, Carla runs over to her, screaming, and starts kneeling over her body and checking her.
Damn it, that means Carla got to the loot first. Well, she called dibs, guys. I'm just
Yeah,
Jared's just gonna go to the gate because, you know, still got a stone, still want to leave. Don't want to be around here with all these fucking riffs.
Yeah.
Is she dead?
Carla says she's still breathing.
And
All right.
let's get
Keen
her
will
out
pick
of
her
here.
up.
Can we move her? Yo, sorry.
Keen
Yeah,
will pick her up.
All right. Carla helps you put her on your back, and then Carla looks behind us and says, "Dear, we better get moving."
Agreed. Let's get these people out of here.
Then we'll pull out
Yep.
her bow and arrow and just follow next to Keen, making sure they're safe.
Sky is over here, looking at Seller's dead body for a long time. Before she notices everyone moving towards the gate, and with one last stab into Seller's head, she turns and she walks to follow you guys.
Okay.
So we're almost done. I know it's late, but there is one part I want to get through because it'll help me plan very much for next session. So what we will say is that you guys leave the city of Whitebridge, which is all ablaze now. It's a bright, bright orange beacon because the entire city is aflame. Outside the gate, you have about 250 people who've made it with you, thanks to your efforts and Lady Celine's protection. And you guys spill out from the city, and you run from the city for a good while. And at that point, when you're a bit farther away, when everyone stops to catch their breath and figure out what they're doing, Rob comes up to you guys and he says, "We've seen demons leaving the town, flying this way, that way, and that way." And he's pointing towards the other cities of Whitebridge, of the Freelands.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "I think they're going to siege those towns. They keep pouring out. They're not stopping." And in the silence, he continues, I guess.
Yeah, I
He
guess.
says,
Yeah.
"My lords, we don't know what to do. We have to find shelter for these people. We can't leave them out here in the open. They'll be slaughtered."
Well, you know what? Fine. Jared's like, there is no shelter.
There is one general shelter. I'm not quite sure how many villages we can fit, but I know a society that's a bit less noticeable than most.
Where?
Rob looks at you patiently.
In the Alonasi Forest, there is a society that lives underground, literally, because I know you have metaphorical terms.
Mhm.
There is the gnome villages, and they will not be too kind to newcomers, but I think under these situations, they will have maybe some second thoughts, let's just say.
Rob listens to your words and he says, I think going north is the right move. The demons are all headed south and east. My guess is that, as powerful as they are, they're not going to attack the other nations yet. I don't think they can take everyone on at once. I don't know if we could make it to the Alonasi Forest with all of these people, though. There are 2 places I can think of, my lords, that are close enough. But I don't know which one's the best. There's Falcon Keep to the north by the lake. It's a very strong keep. It could hold out against attack. But I heard it was infested by trolls, and they would have to be cleaned out. And then there's the Dalton Mines. They are on the other side of the lake. It's a bit of a further trip, and it'd be underground. It would offer us protection from the demons, but there are far, far worse things underground than gnomes, and these people would not be able to survive it, so there's risk. I don't know which you guys would choose, my lords, but we must choose quickly.
I have no interest in going north. I would prefer to head east for Redwater and Coalhaven. The others must learn of what has transpired.
Redwater
points-
is under. Sorry,
I was
go
going to say,
ahead.
Ron points towards Redwater. You will not get to that city before the demons do. It would be folly to go that way ill-prepared.
Jarek looks at himself and says, I'm prepared.
Hmm. Is there any other way you can get message to your people?
But
Jarek?
looking at me. And
Yeah,
Jarek says,
Jarek, yeah.
not any message that would travel these roads, not with what has transpired, no. If a letter had been sent sooner, perhaps. But
You're right. We should prioritize and figure out what's most important right now. Of course, we can't be out in the open, so we need at least a safe place. If not for all these people, at least for us. I'm not too sure. Falcon Keep seems sturdy, but if I were a sieging army, it's a big beacon, right? The mines, you can be hidden away. We might be disregarded. That might be the easiest way to go. But there's got to be more than just 2 options. What are these gnomes about again, Cole? Do you think they'll... Do you have any sort of relationship with them? Can you vouch for us?
I cannot completely say what their actions will be, but I'm in good standing with them.
Well, at least at the very least, your home where these gnomes are at least in the eastwardly direction. That would appease, at least we'd be heading in the right way, correct, Jarek? To where what your interests are for Cullhaven. In fact, if we go to the northeast, we might be able to skirt around Redwater entirely.
Jarek hisses and says, all these people will slow us down. They are not our concern. Should we fail, then this entire world is ash.
Ron nods his head and he says, well, I don't quite agree with what Jarek said, but leading all these people across that much land is folly. They'll be sighted and slaughtered. But you said the gnomes could help? I know the Dalton Mines have caves that lead into the deep Underdark. You might be able to contact them from there? I thought the gnomes roamed all over the underworld.
They do, but the ones I've actually met were mostly in the forest. I don't know any of the other ones outside of that, but I might be able to get word to... my character would actually know the name, but the leader of the gnomes. Basically the Gnome King.
All right.
Hold up a second. If you say the gnomes...
Dalton Mines, that's into the northwest of us, rather than the northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, if you said the gnomes roam all over underneath the ground, do they have places where they pop up in Cullhaven as well?
Common knowledge is no. The gnomes are very secretive. They don't have any one particular place. They roam around in tribes. Their contact with the upper world is very limited.
Yeah.
Jarek will shake his head and says, "We have no reliability on what could be of service to us at Dalton Mines. It seems to be getting further from the problem and closer to Shadowhold."
Yeah.
And Ron says, "But then where else can we take these people? We can't lead them all across the Freelands. They'll die. The demons will... It's open prairies for most of the time. Any demon spotting such a group will surely annihilate us."
Oh, what about fields? Isn't that small out of the way? I know a lot of the demons would just disregard it.
There's no protection in fields. It's simply a collection of huts. We might as well just sit in the open in the prairie.
Then that is what they can do. I am not their lord, and they are not my concern.
Ron looks at everyone else like distressed. My lords?
No.
So
I
you
don't
would
agree with Derek.
You would doom all these people that we have spent the last however long to death because you don't want to help them.
I would prefer
You'd rather
to help
go.
the
You
entire
would rather go
continent
back
of
home.
Ardenfell.
Guys, hold on. I mean, Finn's just kind of like rubbing her forehead. This is not her like cup of tea. I actually kind of agree with Jarek, but I can't leave these people behind. But we gotta think of the bigger picture here. I mean, this is not some just one-sided event. This is going elsewhere. It's traveling.
Yeah.
And we don't, and I don't want to leave these people by any means, but we got to find a place where they can be safe, but also that appeases what we need to get done.
Yep. So I say we hide them in the mines, and then we go off and go try to find this demon lord ourselves and finish it.
I don't know about us being able to find a demon lord ourselves, let alone defeat it. If such a creature can control the ones that Lady Selene fought, and as we well know, Lady Selene is one of the most powerful entities in all of Ardenfell.
Yeah. Out of character, Squee, I don't think we're going to come to a consensus anytime soon here. I think we're going
It's going to have to
need
be something
some
that's
day.
debated.
Yeah.
Can you guys? Because you're more than
I
welcome
know
to
you
debate
want to
over the
know
week.
whether we go somewhere, but we'll let you know throughout the week. So
Okay,
you don't
that'll
have,
work.
It's the last minute,
That'll work.
but we are at an
I-
impasse right now.
I would rather go to Falcon Keep.
Okay, and I will say that whatever decision you guys come to, Waga is going to nod and say, my time in Whitebridge was made better for you. Many people discount us orcs, and you treated me as a friend. I'd like to return the favor. I'm going to go back to my homeland, and I'm going to come back in 2 weeks with some friends. I'll meet you at wherever you guys decide to go.
All right.
So Waga goes off towards the west on his own.
Okay.
First thing I gotta do is loop around to the southern end of the city and get my fucking horse. I know Heinrich's alive. He's been eating demons. He's living well, but I can't let him roam on his own. He'll look at the undead and go, "What the fuck? I ain't doing this shit."
All right, so yes, what we'll do is we'll just debate that over the course of the week, and we'll figure out if you guys choose that neither of those two options are appropriate, and you can come up with a third option. Let me know. I will do my best to accommodate that as well.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and I don't know if I can even stop this recording. Will it even stop? No, of course not, because my thing doesn't want to let me stop recording.
Ever and ever
No,
and ever.
All right, then, everyone on the stream, I'd like to thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. Happy Thanksgiving, and I
love you.
Swator tomorrow. Woo!
Oh,
Or not? Not Swator tomorrow?
Black Friday at work.
Okay, not Swator tomorrow. Woo! I'll do something else. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.
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 Incremental advance. Huh?
Yes, absolutely incremental advance.
Awesome. So all of my defenses are going to go up by 1. Woo!
Okay.
Because I'm going